The final control that we'll talk about in this module is the update progress control. This control, like the update panel, is very simple to use and very effective for notifying your users as an AJAX call is starting and as it completes. What will happen is, without an update progress control, if you have an AJAX call that goes and the server's called and let's say it takes a few seconds, some users get a little bit antsy and they start clicking around. I call them click happy users. And they'll start clicking, which triggers another AJAX call, and they click again, which triggers another, and so on and so forth. So the update progress control, all it does is shows and hides text, images, even Silverlight or Flash plugins if you'd like, that give the user a visual indication that, hey, something's going on, so chill out for a little bit. And so the update progress control is very simple to use. It has a progress template. You can see that here. And whatever you put in the progress template will automatically be displayed when the update panel is performing the async call. Now what's nice about it is you can go in and control when it's displayed. So you can go in and actually say, hey, only display this after maybe 100 or 200 or 500 milliseconds have passed. Because if it's a really fast call, you don't want a little animated GIF or a ping image showing just really quick, kind of flashing to the screen and then going away. So you can control that as well. So this is something you can drag on from the toolbox. You can either have it take up space in the page. Dynamic layout true would mean that it dynamically injects this as it needs to display, or you can have it false, where if you put an image that's maybe 50 pixels tall, it'll take up those 50 pixels, even if it's not showing. Now, if you put this inside of an update panel, it will automatically trigger and show whatever's in the progress template here, in this case this progress.gif, when the update panel itself triggers an AJAX call. Now, in some cases though, you might want to put this progress.gif in a different part of your page. Maybe you don't want it right where the update panel is. So what you can do is associate it with a specific update panel. So in this case, we're going to say the associated update panel ID that ultimately causes this to be shown would be update panel cus in this case. Now that's not needed if you just put the update progress directly in the update panel. Then it will automatically be triggered by default. But this is very useful when you want more control over where the progress indicator actually shows to the end user. Now an example of using this is shown here. I put together a little sample app that calls out to Amazon.com and gets some album information, and when that album information comes back, it'll display it. Well, I don't have any control over the Amazon.com service, so I never know, what's in between me and the network, because they might serve the data fast, but the network itself might be a little bit slow that day. So I added an update progress control, as you can see right here. And this is just an animated GIF. It doesn't actually give any real indication of when the call is going to come back. It's just a way to let the user know that something's going on. But this will let them know when the page is triggering an async postback operation, an AJAX call. And then when the call and the data comes back, it'll automatically hide that particular indicator. So it's a very simple control to use and something I highly recommend using if you'll be using the update panel so that your users know as an operation is actually occurring. So let's take a look at using the update progress control. Anytime you use an update panel control, you might also want to consider using an update progress control. Now there's going to be situations where the data returns from an AJAX call so fast that you really don't need to notify the user that an operation is currently in progress. But there might be other situations where it may take a few seconds and you need to let the user know. Well, fortunately, that's very simple to do. We can come in and either in the update panel or outside of the update panel, we can add in, inside of the content template if we'd like, an update progress control. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right here. So we'll say ASP update progress. You can give it an ID. We'll just call it progress, run at server. And then you can also do things like, do you want to display it after a certain number of milliseconds? Maybe after, say, 300. If the data returns within that 0 to 300 range, we probably don't want it to show because it would be so fast it would just flicker on the screen and not really look that good. So we'll go ahead and say after 300. And then we'll come in and we could say dynamic layout, and I'm going to say true. And what this means is don't take up space for whatever I put in the progress indicator template. Just make space dynamically. And you can see there's a few other controls. If we were going to put this outside of the update panel, which we could do to position it however we want, then we can give the ID of the update panel. Whenever that update panel triggers an AJAX request, it would automatically cause the update progress control to show its template. But we'll go ahead and go with this particular set of properties. Now inside of here we just have a single template called progress template, and I'm for now just going to say data loading, please wait. Alright, now if we run this, because it's local, it's going to be so fast that we probably won't see a whole lot. So let's see what we get. And you'll notice it returned faster than the 300 milliseconds, so it didn't show anything at all. So let's go ahead and when that's clicked, we're going to be loading some data behind the scenes. And so what I'm going to do, if we go to the code behind, there won't be much there because we're using an object data source. But I'm going to simulate that this operation maybe took a little bit of time to perform. So I'm going to come into our employee time cards here, and I'm going to do something, one of these don't try this at home things, but it'll be good for demonstration. And that'll slow it down on purpose. Now again, normally you don't want to add that, but for demonstration purposes it works pretty well. Alright, so we'll let it just in time compile. There we go. We'll hit select. You'll notice data loading, please wait, and then it instantly went away. Click again, data loading, please wait, and then it reloaded the fresh time card. So very simple because I didn't have to do any JavaScript. There's really nothing at all I had to do. Now what's even nicer than maybe adding text is we could add a visual image. But what do you add? Well, typically an animated GIF would work. Or you could even work with pings in some cases. But there's a really nice site out there called AJAXload.info, and it just has all types of different graphics that you can use and put them in your applications. So we could do, for instance, an indicator. If I hit generate it, there's our indicator. Now again, it doesn't actually monitor how long it's really taking. It's just a visual indication of what's going on. We could put it on a transparent background and make it so it works on different things. So we could do bouncing balls, and there's just a lot of different settings you can do here. So here's kind of a clock. That looks pretty nice. So now I can right click and we can save picture as, and then I'm going to navigate to where my project is. And we'll come into my time tracker. Let's make it an images folder in here. And I'm just going to call it progress.gif. So now what I'll do is in Visual Studio I can hit refresh, but you'll notice because this is a web application project I can't see my images folder. So if I hit this show all files, there it is. We can right click and we can say include in project. And there we go. There's my progress.gif. Alright, so now I can simply come in. We can drag that into the progress template, and now we'll run it again. Alright, we'll click on select. You'll notice now it's showing our image, and then it goes away. And you'll notice it's dynamically adding space for it and then taking it out. Now if I wanted that space to be kind of hard-coded, the size of the image, we could set dynamic layout to false, and now it'll actually embed some space for the size of that image, and it's going to leave it there. You'll notice, see that gap here. So in most cases I kind of like the dynamic layout true, but there are a few cases where it might add a little bit of a weird expanding nature to your page, so it's something you just have to play around with and find what you like. So that's how easy it is to add an update progress control, define a progress template, and then set a few properties such as display after and dynamic layout into an update panel. And as mentioned, if I wanted, I could even move this outside of the update panel, and then we could use the associated update panel ID to reference this update panel, and the same thing would occur. It would just allow more flexibility on where that data or where the progress indicator actually goes. So very nice control, something I'd highly recommend you add, because that way your users at least know that something's going on in the application.